Yeah, a place where honest conversations begin about relationships, about marriage, about sometimes leadership. Yes, because leadership also happens in marriages. Welcome, welcome. We love it when we hear from you, and we are so blessed to know that you are a community that loves to learn, that loves to grow, and that loves to create better marriages. So, the Sabitis are here.
The Sabitis are here, lady in white. You look amazing.
Yeah, like... Yeah, that's Ariella for you.
I know.
When you dare tell Ariella you look nice, she's like, yeah, I know it. So how have you been?
Good. And you?
I'm good. Yeah, let's wait for the coffee to come because I know that's going to make you smile. But up until coffee comes, I just wanted us to have a conversation around especially the couples that we've been meeting, and the complaints that we have seen in the counseling sessions, the things that seem like very small, but again, they are big. Because by the time someone pays money to come for a counseling session, to come to therapy, that means they are tired. They want to break that habit. And so they want something different to be done about their situation. So I just wanted us to highlight on some of those things. Yeah. Because many people have been complaining, like in a subtle way. They don't bring it as a major issue, but again, before you know it, they are bringing what they call the major issue, but the underlying issue are all these small daily habits that are happening in their home. And sometimes they feel like they are not respected. They feel like the other person is not loyal. The other person is not committed. And I think the one most used phrase is, I don't think he loves me.
You know, in construction, when you see a crack in a building, it means there's a problem, usually at the foundation.
The engineer in you has come out.
The crack is something small that you can easily undermine or take for granted. But there's a problem at the foundation. Probably there's a movement. That's why there's a crack. And it's just a matter of time that one crack will become another crack and another crack until the building will go down. So the small things in life are the build up to the major things that we face. Usually it's one small thing leading to another small thing to another small thing until it becomes a big thing. There's nothing big. It is the small things compounded into something big.
Yeah. And
so when I fail to highlight something small, I'm only waiting for it to grow. And there's always growth in everything.
Yes.
Okay? Whatever it is, name it. Silent treatment, not responding to my text messages because of it. Yeah, it looks like a small thing.
But it develops, it grows.
Give it time,
you are naturally
it will grow, and you'll be dealing with a nightmare of your life.
Yeah.
You can even lose your marriage.
You even ask, how did I get here? How did we get here?
And you can't even point a finger. You can't even think of it as a trigger or a major trigger that once you took for granted, you know. It's from, I send you my and usually your partner complains in a light way because it feels like it's something that you can improve. It's small. When I send you my messages, please attend to my messages.
Yes.
I sent you a message saying the kid is sick.
And you ignored it.
You did not. I saw you were online. You were on for almost 2 hours. You did not open my message. You did not do anything.
But you stayed online.
But you were online. Okay? And it's like, I didn't see the message. Of course, you'll have all the excuses. But the bottom line is, I sent you a message. You were online.
2 hours.
And it took more than 2 hours for you to respond. Okay? And
so it doesn't matter the excuses.
You know, now I've used the example of a kid, a sick child. Okay? And probably the communication about the sick child could lead to something worse.
Yeah.
And probably, again, your wife at home cannot do much without you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And she's depending on you, depending on how you respond,
the decisions you make.
Because we do things different in our homes. We're all different. We all handle issues differently. So probably it's you that has the wallet. Maybe she's a stay-home mom, a woman, and she cannot drive. You know, you have a one-car family. You're the one with a car. You know, and it's 9 p.m. or it's 10 p.m. and you're seeing the text at midnight. You get home, the kid is gone home. And that is not something small, but it started with the habit of when I send you a text, you never respond. When I call, you never pick.
Yeah. And then you have all the excuses.
You have 101
excuses that can never patch up anything, that can never make up for anything. So you realize that they are very small. And I think the Bible is so wise when someone says, I think it is on the side of the women, that says that you break your home with your own hands.
Yeah.
That means daily by daily. In Luganda, we call it kumogolako. Like there's something, an edge that you are taking off. And a wise person builds their house with their own hands.
Small.
That means
still.
they lay a brick by brick.
Yes.
They lay a stone by stone. You know, cement by cement.
Yes.
But it builds a formidable wall.
Yes.
That's after some time someone
you look
asks
at it and you're like, whoa.
Muchikola mcha, how do you do it?
How did you get this?
But you didn't just wake up one day and just created a blossoming marriage. You woke up every day and chose to build. That means it takes intentionality.
Very intentional.
Being very intentional about unlearning and learning. Improving, because some of these things we did not get from our homes. And then some of the bad manners as well, we actually got from our homes. For example, maybe some men learned to ignore their wives from their fathers ignoring their mothers. You know, and then you had statements like, but women speak a lot, but women every time, every small thing they are consulting you. And so you started ignoring any kind of consultation. Why? Because you learned it from home. So that means when you come into a marriage, two people cannot work together until they agree. Now, if you agree to come into union with this person, that means then you get to know that, okay, when this person asks me for something, chances are, it doesn't mean that they don't know what they want, but chances are they want us to make a collective decision, or they need help in a certain area, just like you said. And that thing about text messages, that is very, very, very crucial. I know there's so many people that are going to write in the comment section and say, you're talking about my partner. That's exactly who you're talking about. Some of them become too busy because of their jobs.
And by the way, it's two-way.
Yeah, of course. But a woman writing to a man, and a man.
Yes, and
not,
a man writing.
And then a man writing to a woman, and a woman not answering, not responding at all. So, and it breaks because by the time you think about writing to someone, there's a reason as to why you wrote to them. Someone does not just be there and say, I miss so and so. And even if it's missing, it's also a point.
It is.
Because you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship.
That's true.
That means when someone misses you, it counts for something. Hurry up and reply back, even if it's an emoji of a kiss, of a peck. Let someone know that you acknowledge the fact that you thought
think about them.
And you actually return the favor to them.
Yes.
I think that's very important.
That's very true.
Very important. But again, in the same breath, I think the thing of silent treatment, that is also another thing that people have really been complaining about. And silent treatment, it comes in different forms, but I think the worst of it is the emotional response to some of the things that are happening. For example, someone did something bad. Let me just say an example. Someone failed to respond. Maybe it has not been their habit, but maybe they failed to respond to a text message. They are explaining, but you can't hear anything about it. And all of a sudden, you just decide to go about your business, because every day, we all have daily things. For example, we go home, we talk about, you ask for tea, you ask about this, we talk about what we are going to have for dinner. But now the normal routine has gone because someone is annoyed, and so they are not going to say anything. So that means everyone take care of yourself.
You know, when someone responds with silence, it's one way of calling you attention. It's one way of them telling you it's not okay with me.
It's not addressed.
Now, there are some people who are very insensitive even to that.
Yeah.
Someone sends a direct message telling you, I'm not fine.
Yeah.
You hurt me. So I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
But you are so insensitive not at least
to acknowledge that
and try to attend, because it's a message. It's like I need your attention.
It is.
You hurt me. You know, if you were here on a normal day, I'll be all over you, I'll be hugging you, I'll be pecking you, I'll be kissing you, I'll be dancing for you, I'll be doing all these other things, and I'm not doing them because I'm sending a message to you that I'm not okay.
So going about your normal routine is an insult.
It's an insult because then what happens is for you want to force the other partner
to behave normally.
Yeah. And it's like, you can't just do that.
Yeah.
For once, at least, face your demon.
Yeah.
You did something wrong.
Apologize if you must.
Exactly. Own up.
Ask me what the problem is. Sometimes all they want is for you to ask what the problem is. Sometimes they're even looking for an entry point.
Some partners are not as complex. All that they need is, I am doing this on purpose. I want some attention. I want some response. You've come back home at 1 a.m. I called you 7 times, sent 20 messages. You did not pick, you did not respond, you did not do anything, but you want to come back home and act normal.
Everything be normal. Wow. That's an insult, a huge insult.
It is a huge insult.
To their intelligence, to their
everything.
time, to everything, to their love.
When someone makes a communication, be deliberate at least to receive that as a communication.
Yeah.
Own up. Number 1, own up. Now, when your ego is out of the window,
inflated.
I don't care. Agenda kola chemere sinza jugula, enyumba sinza jisasula. You might have 101 reasons to ignore her. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time, and it will come back to you, shaken together, pressed down,
and overflowing.
Because her measure. I told there was I think, was it in a conference? I remember. I told these people that what a man can do, a woman can do 10 times better. So be careful. Don't harm her. Because when she decides to do it,
she will do it.
Better. Mubyona, by the way, mukuvuma, mukuyomba, mukuenda.
She's well equipped.
No, she can do 10 times better. That's why in any industry that you go to, once they're determined to do something, even if kuvuga boda, he will ride a boda better than a man.
Yeah. Even being mechanics.
Yes. They have the ability to excel in good and bad. So enhance the good and kill the bad. So when you have an opportunity that your woman is responding that way, now we're talking about silent treatment.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity that she's come out and she's giving you that response. Attend to it. Because it's just as simple as, honey, I know you're not well.
Yeah.
That alone.
And then she'll be like, no, don't mind.
I wish we would have acted something out here for you guys. She'll try to avoid it, but you keep. Because
you want to know whether you're serious.
You're serious about what you are doing, or you're just covering up, So you be intentional. You cultivate it until you break the silence.
Yeah.
And that's how you become strong as a man. The strength
and a leader.
The strength in you as a man is not in your ego.
Yeah.
It's in what can calm down your ego. Whatever that you can do that can calm down your ego for you to act as a true leader, a real leader, makes you strong as a man. Because leadership with inflated emotions and the egos does not work. Actually,
that's tyranny. That's being a dictator.
Does not. I've told you.
Because you want things to work your way.
Yes.
You don't want people to behave the way they would have wanted to behave.
Yes.
And that's not right. And
Never.
I want us to flip the coin on the same issue about silent treatment, because there are people who give silent treatment in a bid to cover up what they have done. Now that's a wrong usage. The right usage is when you're sending a mild message. And when you grow to a certain level in marriage, there's a level you get to, and silent treatment is for daft beginners. Like, seriously, not even daft would be an extreme, but beginners, people who just don't know how to communicate, or people who are not friends. There is a level in marriage that silent treatment does not cut it for you. You would rather come straight. There is a level of maturity that you get
Hilda,
to.
I'll tell you for a fact. When it comes to marriage,
love.
When it comes to marriage, what can beat down a 20, 30-year-old marriage, okay? can be
Sometimes a
as
young
small,
marriage.
can be as small as the word itself. As in, you look at people who have been together for 20 years and tell you what they're struggling with or what they are dealing with to your marriage
You would
of
deem as
5 years or
small.
7 years, you wonder, only that? So sometimes when I'm looking at people's marriages, or when I'm looking at relationships and people or coming together and forming a union to become husband and wife, I usually say there's nothing small.
Yep.
Anything that you look at as small is about to eat you, is
Yeah.
about to finish,
It can
is
be a
about to
time
kill you.
bomb.
If you can only and only pay attention to it in its early days and deal
Very
with it,
young,
then you're
yeah.
wise. So there's nothing like I'm experienced in this thing.
But
It's about the
there's
daily
ease
routines
that you get.
Yes,
The daily
day, and
routines.
you cultivate them
Exactly.
with because
They keep growing.
yes, because Hilda here is my wife. But if you ask me, do you know her? I will tell you, no, I don't. And it's
I am new every
intentional.
day.
No, it's intentional not to know you. Because when you assume you know someone, then
Yeah,
you start to
you
take things for
settle.
granted. So I don't know you. Every day is a surprise. And I'm blessed by that surprise, from the way you dress, from the way you look, from the way you handle kids, from the meals you make for me. I make them special. So I don't want to get used to it. Because the
that's
day I
beautiful.
do is the day I'll drop the ball.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You'll take them
No,
for
I
granted.
don't want to. I really don't want to. So the surprises that I will face in my marriage, or that will make me okuntambuza akanajinaji, like they say.
Both the good and the bad.
It's possible someone who's been married for only 1 year will just be a walkover.
Yeah.
Because we're different people with different personalities.
And married to different people.
Exactly. So while attending to what you were saying, that sometimes you feel like you guys, you're acting like amateurs. I'm like,
It's not amateurs.
wait, you can be an amateur after 40 years.
It's a different game.
So a storm comes, 40 years in marriage, and strips you proper. And you're like, no way.
We've survived bigger things.
Ogenda ozuuka ng'ali ku mutala gw'eryo,
Kyekyo.
gw'oli kugwa.
With a huge island.
You can be an
between
amateur
you.
after 20, 30 years of your marriage.
So you never get used to that journey.
Used to it.
You
And that's
never
my-
get
that's
used to
my
that journey.
Never get used.
And I think it's the beauty
Number
of
never
it.
get used to. And then number 2. Beyond love, simanyi because everything, it's a commitment that I married this woman.
Beyond butterflies.
I married this woman. I'm with her mu bulungi ne mu bubi. You know, whether you like it or not, anywhere you walk, anywhere you go, you'll always find something that is attractive to the eye.
Yes.
Something that will pull your attention. You understand? That will cause you for a minute
To be like,
sit
wow.
and like, whoa. Okay? But thing is, the first day you met her, she wowed you. You looked at her and said,
Wow.
You understand? So that means it's been over time.
Yeah.
Whatever and wherever the wow ended, you understand? Okay? Must be replaced with commitment.
Yeah.
That I commit to you
Every day.
every day.
It's intentional.
And I love you.
I choose to.
Yes.
It's not something that you leave to chance.
Yeah.
It does not grow automatically. Just like growth is not automatic.
Yeah.
It's not automatic.
Let's go back to our discussion.
You choose. Yes. About the silent treatment. Some women have started going to gym just because of that.
Wow.
They're like, you know what? I would rather put in my clothes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going out of here. So he pretends like he's staying home, and then all of a sudden, after 20 minutes, on a border. So it's like, I want my peace. I know
That's
this
true.
is what's going to follow. So why should I wait and throw tantrums about something I'm not going to change?
Absolutely.
So you work
Absolutely.
within what is within your control,
Yeah.
and you leave what is not in your control.
Sure.
The
I feel
drama
you.
has made you
I
happy,
feel-
yeah?
No, I keep imagining. I've not been in that world, but I keep imagining what goes on in this lady's mind, knowing that is the man of my life. I have to share him with other women. So it's a tough one. It's a tight and tough call. I know that we've been in these sessions where some of these women have come and have said, things like, when he was getting me, he promised me I'll be the only one. But later on, he had to sneak out and.
He didn't inform me when he was getting the second. I and for him, and he went out.
So sometimes I feel it's a tight one, it's a tight call.
But to each their own, the power to handle.
Exactly.
Because again, that is also a choice that some people make. And then I think, aside from the silent treatments, the other thing that we can be able to look at, character assassination based on the daily small decisions that people make. For example, they didn't call the plumber to come because there was a clogged sink or a tap or something like that, and then that makes you abuse their entirety as a person.
Yeah.
You are so dense. You are so, as in, you are attacking the person instead of addressing the issue.
Yeah.
And the bad decision that was made.
Yes, and when you attack the person, he goes defensive.
Of course.
Because it's an attack. So the issue of the sink at that point
ceases.
Ceases to be the issue.
Yeah.
But now about the attack. And I think that is choice of language when you're talking to your partner.
Yes.
I know that there are people ill-mannered.
Naturally.
Ngaine empisa embi. Okay? Now, that's for another day to address such people. Because if someone aina empisa embi, ill-mannered, you understand. Even to the siblings, even to anyone at work.
Yeah, all around.
Yes. Communication is
rude.
You understand. It doesn't have that choice, to
sieve the words and select the words.
Just speaks anyhow, and what remains is only regrets. So when you attack someone, you give them an opportunity, okay, to defend themselves. And usually, the person on the defense has an edge over you who's trying to attack. And in most
They're
cases,
locking you out.
In most cases, they will win. Gwatandise n'olumba, olumbya America. Because the thing here is, the thing that you cannot take for granted is, when I know I'm in the wrong about something, or I have not performed to expectation, and I expect a bit of rebuke.
Yeah.
Okay? And I get worse than rebuke. Then what happens is I use everything that is within me to defend myself against you who's attacking me.
Yeah.
That's why I said now, the issue about the plumber and the sink ceases to be an issue. I'll pull out all the history of 20 years about you.
All the bad things.
So if you call me dense, I'll call you dense 20 times. And I'll have proof to every dense activity.
Oh, Lord.
You realize and it's all in your house, by the way.
Yeah.
But you've enabled this person
to
bring out every... You understand?
Yeah.
You've just enabled them to hurt you more.
Yeah.
That's why I said in most cases the person on the
and now you're also shouting more.
Checho.
You're flaring, they're attacking.
And if the person on the defensive knows how to use their words, they'll even hurt you more.
No, that is why people say she ends up turning tables, or he ends up turning tables. Because you will think that you have an upper hand, and then this person all of a sudden puts you to the ground.
Flips on you, and all of a sudden, you're the one now who is apologizing. So how about, instead of you not attending, because the issue as simple as plumber coming and fixing, either it's a drainage issue or whatever it is, or a clogged something, okay? How about you ask simple questions like, what happened? Because wisdom is in politeness. Yes. Wisdom is in the way you handle you.
Yes.
Because you think about your peace, and it matters.
Yeah.
You've had all that day chasing every deal and business, stressed about KCCA, URA, clients, they're not paying. And then you're coming home to add salt to injury?
To stress the only peace you have.
Yes. Come back home and for once, think about you because you need the peace. At least let home be peaceful.
Yes.
Because everything else was tearing you apart. And everything else does not care. Does not. The other day I was driving and a border guy, nyimiridde ndi mu parking, mugundi mu traffic, comes and insults me. And I was with someone in the car and someone was like saying, mbadde gwe mbadde ngenda mukona. And I was like, I would be just fueling up my
better things to do.
Fueling up my pain. Because if I knock him and I break his leg, I'll be paying for his hospital bills.
Yeah.
So
and I have enough bills
I would rather take the insult.
Yeah.
And, but the guy who was in the car, a young man in his early 20s, he felt like, how do you insult my papa? Mbadde ngenda muyola nzanyirako era emmotoka abakuba nga gikoze ku mmotoka eyange kabangali yange eri ogimanyi nti erina hard gundi eno mbadde ngenda mulyawo yandimpulidde. So I was like, I have learned
over time to choose peace, to protect my peace at all cost.
Nti ekirevu ekya gure kino bamanyi kitintinga naye kino kiri nakyo.
Let's go to the break. When we get back, we start right there.